Hey y'all, how are you? So I have so many new recent things that's going on. This full moon, this Capricorn energy is just so. It's like a overall clearing. I feel like for a lot of people in the collective, especially a lot of spiritual practitioners who have been going through a lot of stuff. I want to talk about me for a second, right? When I first came onto my spiritual journey, I'm getting so many like flashbacks of things that I was told, visions, prophecies, right? And I'm like, okay, back then, all of us, us tapped in ones, we were told things and we're like, yeah, okay, I believe it when I see it, stuff like that. And now things are starting to play out. There was one thing a lot of us spiritual practitioners were taught, right? When we came into our spiritual journey, that we were different, people weren't going to like us, right? Another thing is we've always heard in the spiritual community is walking away from what no longer serves us, right? We also have all heard, we can't take everyone with us. We have certain missions as spiritual beings here, and I'm still learning mine, okay? There isn't just one, there are many, all right? The path is not linear, it goes round and round and round. We are called to figure out that round and round, right? So today I was sitting here, a lot of clarity is coming through. And I remember about a year ago, Spirit gave me something like a channeled message. I wrote down, I'm going to find the notebook and see if I can find it. But it was something where Spirit was telling me more about my journey and how in a past life it was my family that was coming up against me and, um, things that I was doing, right? And so, okay. So if you guys go and look at my Facebook, you'll see what I've been, the recent events that have been, coming out. And I want to say on here, on this platform, I don't know if she watches me, Empress Bella, okay? I love your platform, the person that you are connecting with, that you are exchanging that high level energy with. I want to say it's me. I know there are many people that are going through different things, but the story that you are picking up with is definitely my energy. Okay, it's definitely the things that I have had going on in my family, and it's becoming clear. And I want to say thank you. Spirit sends us people like you, spiritual teachers that have more knowledge than us, more insight than us, that don't know us from a hole in the wall. And Spirit uses people like you to be a conduit for change for people like me. So I want to say, okay, I appreciate your messages, and I want to thank the Most High for placing you on this platform of YouTube 222 because you do a great thing for so many. There are so many people that learn from your words, okay? And I just want to show you like appreciation and gratitude. I was thinking last night about sending you an email, like trying to look up your information, but I was like, that's kind of weird. So I just want to say I appreciate you. That's it. There are many spiritual practitioners out here, but the more we ascend, the more we start to learn that there are some that aren't ascending with us. So it's good to know that there is a spiritual community outside of the vision that I see that is actually doing what, Most High is saying is supposed to be done. Each one teach one, each one to the next. It's not, Kaylin, come here. It's not meant to be competition and confusion. It's meant to be, each enlightened soul helping the next. And as, wherever these enlightened beings come from, you'll start to see how energy works. Out of there. And that's something I've noticed. So thank you. Now, hopping off of that, and if anyone has been watching her, go watch her, go watch her, go watch her, okay? She has stuff for everybody in there, but I am someone who is in the public eye, who is going through pretty much everything that she is speaking on, okay, when it comes to the family part of things. So what I learned today is, and it's funny because she just said this yesterday, and I was literally going through so much. I had a dream last night. I woke up this morning with so much clarity, and I was like, okay, this is it, this is it. I feel like a lot of high priestesses and high priests have ties, clearly, to past life situations. And so for a lot of people, your journey is different. For the hierarchy people that are on here, you're going to know that your hierarchy because your mission is deeper. There are some people who are on a mission to find love. There are some people who on a mission to find happiness. But there are literally some people who have missions to remember, like their only sole purpose. You hear how I said sole purpose? That means their life's purpose, their mission in this lifetime is to find out why their soul incarnated back into this realm, this lifetime. So for me, I was able to find some things that really helped me because I know my ancient Egyptian ancestors are always working, right? You guys have seen that. But they showed me something. There's the Hermit card, right? It's a Virgo energy. I'm a Virgo South node, right? So a lot of people, it was projected onto me that I was this dark individual because of my beliefs. But in the past, right, we know persecution, 444, all of these things that happened to high priestesses, witches, whatever, male, female, people who were tapped in, right? And so there's ties to that from the past life. My Virgo South node, this is where people were trying to hold me. This is where people were trying to isolate me. Okay. This is the energy people were throwing at me. And I was like, who is this Virgo? Like, because this is a Virgo, like, that's why I say you can't really pick up a card and say it's a Virgo sun sign or a blah, blah. You have to just know the energy. How do you know the energy? By being tapped in. Meaning, I was around an individual at one point that gave me a certain energy. And I correlated the energy to Virgo energy, dark energy. But I can say Virgo energy is dark energy because in my past life, I lived in that dark energy. I was the one who was ridiculed, persecuted for being who I am, who was not dark, but as people saw as dark. Get it? Okay. So now here we are in this lifetime. The Virgo, right? I am no longer a Virgo South node. Once I stepped into my life purpose, I stepped into my Pisces North node. So all of this time, you've been hearing in these readings about, a ghost in the room, a spirit with you, okay? 555. This is what this means. I understand hermit energy. I understand dark energy because that's where I come from. That's what I resonate with. I resonate with dark energy because it's all I've ever known. Now, the trick for me is becoming enlightened, Pisces North node, and trusting my enlightenment due to this lifetime and past lifetime, 616, being surrounded by darkness, fighting persecution, fighting judgment, right? So I got a message from Archangel Metatron, and he told me who the Virgo energy was. Now, I know there is a Virgo, sun sign, but for me in this lifetime, the Virgo, the hermit, the dark energy that's following me, I was told 636, whose energy that was. Okay. This is heavy, but beautiful, right? Because this is the stuff for spiritual beings that we got to learn, we come here for. And so when God says stuff like to you guys, it's spiritual, it's not personal. Things like that. It's a real statement because it's not personal to us. It's personal for us because we are on a personal quest of self-evolution, right? Because we know there's something within us. Something wants to be illuminated, right? So it's personal for us. But when we take our journey, we allow everyone that we love, right, care for, we ask them and we say, listen, we're taking a new road in life. I'm doing something different. I'm trying something out. And if these people don't choose to show you that they're for you at that time, that's when God says 725, everyone can't come with you. That is not a choice that you are making, but that is a choice that people make when it comes to you, okay? So for me, this lifetime, I was told that I was supposed to find out who I was, why I was going through the things that I was going through. And I also learned a lot about, the different entities and energies from past lives that have tried to curse my bloodline. Now, I say this again, I've learned about different things like shapeshifters, things I never knew nothing about, right? And how do you know that you have one of those in your presence? Well, okay, if you're tapped in enough, like I said, you know a person's energy by the energy that you feel when you're with them, right? We know how people's energy is normally, right? And we know when someone else's energy is in the room. Right. Okay. So what I'm saying is if you know someone as close as, you've known them your whole life, you know how they are at their core. So whether their energy is good or bad, you're going to feel it if they're 818 are present or not. And energy doesn't lie. You understand? And energy leaves the signature, leaves an imprint. This is why I say for you guys who watch these practitioners and you feel sick after, that is your spiritual alarm to say, okay, let me stop watching. Something ain't right here. You get what I'm saying? Okay. It's the same thing with people from this lifetime and past lifetimes. Some of you guys have situations going on with people and you're like, I don't understand why this person doesn't like me. This is why this is so important for so many people to understand the in-between 848 and why things happen the way they do, and why we are called to be who we are at every given moment. I hold no animosity in my heart. Everything is a learning experience. And that's what the healing journey does. I was in a really, really dark place earlier because I was like, damn, this is like family, But the more I think about it, I'm like, well, it is what it is. I have done nothing wrong. I have tried to help. I have tried to heal, and I am healed. So if I am healed, I cannot no longer hold on to things that are not. And my biggest issue was cutting that soul tie, right? Because we're like, oh, that's blood. Oh, that's, we're all taught to be blood is thicker than water. But at the end of the day, if something is toxic, it is toxic. You understand? And if something needs to be removed, it needs to be removed. And there are things that happen when we are spiritual beings and we don't release negative energy. Okay? As within, so without reflects with spiritual beings more so than regular earthly beings because we're supposed to understand that. We're called to understand the energy that is around us so we know what is within us, because we are sponges, right? We are meant to take in these energies only to transmute them to know for future reference why we're feeling what we feel. 10:01 on the time, okay? So I'm going to read my channel message. It's going to make it clear. This is my journey. This was what I had to go through. This is what I had to experience, why I went through all these blockages. The people on the outside, they were just annoyances. But for me, my mission was to find out why things were going on in my bloodline so that I could remove them. And I heard before I got out the tub, I heard God says it's not personal, it's spiritual. And for those people who are truly spiritual, you will understand that. When God said that not everyone could come, he meant not everyone could come because they would choose not to. This journey is all about choice. So for me, I've learned that the people who are in my life are meant to be there because they choose to be, not because I have to do anything to make them be there. Again, at the end of the day, I was given a vision, and the Most High told me different things, right? And so all I can do is continue to see my vision, continue to see the journey, regardless of what is on the outside of me. People think that I got blinders on or something weird. But whatever is outside of me, I can't worry about right now, because right now I'm on a mission to make sure that I am able to continue to ascend, to continue to, free my bloodline and do certain things that the universe 1111 is calling me to do. This is bigger than me. The more I think about it, the more I get into it, the more I realize this is deep. This is really deep. And to be able to understand and how we got to separate and cut these cords, it only comes through healing. It only comes through healing to get this level of clarity on your life and understanding why, certain things happen for you, and really learning. Imagine learning that your lesson in life was to learn that blood is not always thicker than water. That's a tough cookie. That's a tough lesson to learn when we are taught the opposite, right? And I have learned in my situation, no shade, but it is what it is. The Most High has showed me my person, and my person is always confirmed for me. So, I don't worry about that. I love my person, that's a completely different matter. But for right now, all I'm speaking on is what I was told to channel for you guys to understand about me and what's going on in my energy and why things are a little bit all over the place. It's because things are literally all over the place, because the Most High is 12-12-33. Thank you. Coming in and clearing out these obstacles for me, my family, and anyone who is affected by these negative energies that were trying to do again what was done another lifetime. And this is why generational curse breakers are here, because we can see what has happened before, so we can change the future. And I don't think a lot of people take this seriously, but it's a really serious thing. And these things that we are learning, we're meant to incorporate to make things better, to bring peace and harmony. And these things start at home, right? We got to understand the root of things, the root cause. Now, it's not to say anything about we can't forgive our family. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, once we learn these things, we heal these things, we discuss these things, then there has to be an open floor. There has to be an open floor in communication. Okay, I know that you are a light being. I know that you are ascending. I know that you are seeing truth. What you said about me, I didn't really understand. I didn't realize, but now I see. Now I got to go within and see why I have on me a negative attachment from a past life, 1313, and how I can transform myself and change, because I want to be a better person, not for you, not to be in your life, but I want to be a better person for myself, because now I realize how important energy is. And that's just my mission. That's just my mission. I don't hate anyone. I just want everyone to understand love is the highest vibration of all. And I have to be in a position to show it and continuously give you guys pointers and tips to understand that hate is never going to be the answer. It's easier, but it's never going to be the answer. And it's never going to solve the problems that this world has already been accruing because of hate. Hold on one sec. This is why we do it. And this is why I tell you, Earth Angels, we can't get sidetracked off of why we're here. Sometimes it's hard to understand and realize why me. But at the end of the day, it's more so, why not you? Don't you want to know why? Don't you want the healing? Don't you want to free yourself from attachments that you didn't ask to be a part of? Just because, and that's another thing too, it tells us about certain things in spirituality. Like, just because someone was born someone this lifetime, it doesn't mean that that's who they were in a previous. As I said before, I believe in reincarnation, and I believe in life cycles, and I believe that we go and we come back. If we come back, if there are things for us to do here, we have missions, right? So I'm learning missions on both ends. I'm learning the missions of those who come against my journey, and I'm learning the missions of those who are meant to be on the path with me. And it gets confusing, but I am learning. And I am learning to allow more peace in. I'm learning to allow the things that I can't change to be just that. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't ask to see any of this stuff. It was something that the divine just said it was time for me to see. And I began to open my eyes and wake up to the truth of my life and my situation. So this is why I am who I am. This is why I've become the way I've become. You guys got to understand too, my whole life, I'm 33 years old. I lived a life of feeling neglected, feeling left out, feeling unloved, feeling unworthy, feeling ugly, feeling, weak, all of these things. And I'm just at a point now where it's like, this was something that was projected on me in a past life because I couldn't do and or be what I wanted to be. And in this life, it's the same thing until I realize that it can't be the same thing. And that the only thing that's different are the faces that are in the game. You get it? So with that being said, I'm learning to look at people from a space of being energetic vessels. And it takes away from me giving my energy to a person because I am such a nice person. And it allows me to judge people by the content of their character. And I feel like that's better for me as an individual because I am so loving and I am so open and I am so giving. But this is how spirit is calling me to be, fair and just, right? So this is just where we are. This is what growth looks like. But yeah, that's the energy that I was getting. I just really did. I had to go in and I had to do this huge cleansing. We got this full moon coming. So I had to do that. I had to do my certain things and I just started channeling. And it's crazy because a real reader knows that, or a real empath or, light worker understands the mission and that their job is to wake others up. And so it's so funny how like I would watch her and like all these things would come after, like just resonate. I was getting this morning, like as above, so below, Father, sky, Mother Earth. And then I got the four corners. And then in my mind's eye, I got the world card with the lion, the bird and all the, so I'm saying we're all connected by some type of energy, the real ones. And that's why we feel each other. And that's why we resonate. And that's why I want to say thank you. Okay. I just have to keep saying thank you. Okay, because I don't know. I wouldn't have been able to put a lot of these pieces together without this spiritual teacher. So thank you. And I hope that I'm able to resonate with someone else out there in the world who has gone through similar things as me and can say, I appreciate you for what you've done and standing up and speaking for yourself, because hearing that is very inspirational. I just have to say that, okay? So the hermit is a ghost, past life presence. Some people don't understand themselves as they never healed, right? So my journey in this lifetime was to find out the woman who claimed to love me but didn't. Everyone's mission is different. Everyone's prophecy is different. But I was given a prophecy about 7 years ago. My best friend at the time knew about it. So there's no lie there. There was a prophecy that was given to me that there was a woman in my energy, there was a woman in my life who claimed to love me but didn't. And at that time, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. It doesn't sound like it matters. Until my life started playing out and I started seeing a series of things happening in my life, and there was only this energy, this woman that was popping up in my energy that was resonating with this energy. You understand, energy, 1919, energy doesn't lie, okay? As this is where all of my hidden knowledge would be unlocked. Okay. Well, when you heal, you unlock all the things that were, hidden from you, and only hidden from you because trauma and conditioning and, coming back in this life with things different. Understand? Okay. There was one person for me in this lifetime I was faced with seeing. Okay. There have been many, but this one I had to see. Okay. In a past life, she was a karmic soul tie I was meant to break in this one. So this is why it's important when we leave toxic situations. Because let me show you how spirit works to teach us a lesson. Sometimes we give so much. We love so much because it's this, because it's that, because the world says this, because the world says that. But the most time, universe and spirit guides say no. This person is a physical person, but within them, they do not resonate with you. They are not for you. 2020 on the time. So what I'm saying is this. Let's give an example. Say someone out there in the world, okay, whatever, has not me, not my family, not anyone that's connected to me, but say there's someone in the world, right, just a random person that I don't know that may be watching me. You're having issues in your family. You've always had issues with your family, right? Okay, so you're like, well, damn, why is my family like this, or why is my... Okay, you were born into a karmic family, meaning your family, you have roots to a past life that has some karmic debt that needs to be paid, okay? It doesn't mean that you are a bad individual. It just means that you have come into this world to reincarnate yourself and understand that the bad that you are experiencing is because of the bad from your past. Now, you in this lifetime don't have any recognition or knowledge of that unless you know it. So this is why we heal, so we can see what occurred in our 2112, in our past life, so we can fix it. They're saying that you can't change the past, but we are spiritual beings, and that's what we are tasked to do. That's why we have these gifts. So we are meant to do it for ourselves so we can show others the way. This is what it's for, okay? There was okay. In a past life, she was a okay, blah, 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 that's what I was saying. Okay, so let's say your siblings. Let's say siblings, right? It's just the easiest one to use, siblings, right? Sibling rivalry, all that stuff. But then you get older, and there's just certain siblings like, damn, like, what did I do to you? Like, why do you hate me so much? Like, why this? Why that? Like, why do you feel like it? Stuff like that, right? So for you got to understand, okay, that is your sister in this lifetime. But you, as a spiritual being, got to question, what is this that is plaguing this connection this lifetime? This is how spiritual beings think, because nothing is as it seems. Right? The 3D reality is a mere, I want to say, illusion for spiritual beings. And that's what we need to understand and harness. Okay? I need you to go that way. Okay? That's what we need to understand and harness. So for a lot of you guys, you wonder why you have these toxic connections with these people in your lives. And it's because, well, maybe your sister, right? Maybe your sister in a past life was a karmic ex. You know how we talk about those soul ties, those soulmates? Those aren't just people that we love. Those aren't just people that men and women that we are in relationships with. Karmic soul ties are karmic soul ties. A karmic soulmate is a karmic soulmate. Your cousin in this lifetime that you don't get along with could be a karmic soulmate from your past life. See what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying now? Okay. Heal. Shows us past life karma, how others chose to hold on to us to escape theirs. There's been a lot, too, in the collective about talking about... There's been a lot in the collective, too, where people have been talking about... what is it called? What do you call that? Swapping out destinies and stuff? Swapping destinies? Something weird like that. And they do it by way of the things that you guys experience. The word witchery, the spells, the black magic, the voodoo, the hexes, the banishings, the curses. They do this that way. They do it that way. In turn, they think that they will receive good karma from defaming you. You get what I'm saying when I talk about soul swapping and destiny, all this weird stuff that people try to do? Okay? It does nothing. This is why I was born, just like why many of y'all were born, to set the balance, to bring the balance. Honestly, my mission was to go through all of this to be reborn. I don't know how to feel, but I do know of a past life soul connection that came this lifetime to try to swap destinies. And since I know, that can't be fulfilled. That mission can't be fulfilled. You see, this is real life. That's all I can say. If I go through this, so do others. Teacher-student moments that are brought about by God. This is a teacher-student moment. I had one with the Most High, so I am having one with you guys to help you open up your eyes and see how deep this goes, and that this is bigger than just what we think it is in this lifetime. We have ties. If we are called to be chosen to past lifetimes, where we must remember. That's the wake up. That's the ringing in the ears. That's the call. That's the judgment. Do you hear it yet? Do you see it yet? Are you ready to rise above it yet? Do you know who it is yet? Do you know why yet? That's the call for the chosen. And it takes a lot for us to understand that that call is meant for us to rise above, to heal these same energies. But at the end of the day, it's also meant to show us where we cut the line and where we stop giving of ourselves, I heard, as needless sacrifices and energies that aren't conducive to our growth. So at this point, as the spiritual teacher that I am, I'm doing a lot with my work, my inner work, my energy clearing. There's been a lot, right? There is a full moon that we got tomorrow. So this is perfect timing for the divine to come in. I love how they work. My ancestors don't play. We got to clear out these blockages. We got to have an inner standing so we can have an overstanding. This is big, this is real, and there needs to be knowledge on past lives and how important they are and how real energy is and how the use of manipulation of said energy is no longer conducive to where we are, where we have more evolved beings who are trying to see the light. That clash can't continue is what I keep getting, is what I keep hearing. So for you guys out there who are coming into these knowings and these understandings, inner standings, just have compassion with yourself. Just love yourself a little bit more. Just heal yourselves a little bit more and understand it's not your fault. You guys got to understand too, it's not these people's fault. What I'm learning is these people that do this to us in this lifetime had a past lifetime of having the choice as well to change, to heal. And a lot of us who are healers and who are light workers, you'll hear us saying the same thing because it's the same thing. It's literally like choices. The Lover's card means choices. It means choices that are in alignment with morals and values of that individual. So if you guys are choosing something, forget a person. If you guys are taking the choice, Lover's card, to make a choice, Lover's card, between two different things, something is morally right for you and something is morally not right for you. And that's on you. But when you make that choice, you have to understand that that choice does cause ripple effects. But if you guys are making these choices, Lover's card, for the highest good of all concerned, then there is never anything that is able to interfere with what you have chosen. Because your highest good and your highest moral standing is always going to 2727, going to resonate with that of a higher source. This is why you guys need to tap in. This is why you guys need to understand. We are just called to be the highest versions of ourselves at every given point. And this world will throw us a lot of negativity, and sometimes we get sucked up in it, right? We are human. But I want my collective that has been watching me, anyone who has felt thrown off in the past couple of weeks, just understand that I'm going through a lot within my energy. I appreciate your patience, and I will be back up and teaching very soon. There's going to be a lot more material. I'm going to be getting on Patreon because I can see that my messages are getting really deep, and they're getting to a point where they're only going to resonate with very select people. So I appreciate you guys for watching. This is just my story that I was called to give. If anyone would like to book a reading, you can do so. My email is down there. My Facebook is on there. My Cash App is on there. If anyone feels called to donate, I appreciate you in advance. If not, this is where I'll leave you. I'll be back with another one at some point. But again, I want to say thank you to all of those spiritual practitioners out here who, just like myself, are putting in the work behind the scenes to bring clarity, to bring healing, to bring enlightenment to the masses. The more we speak, the more change is made. The more we gather together and understand the high vibrational beings, what this is all about, the more the world will shift for the better. And I feel it already. I'm getting goosebumps as I say it. I feel that things are changing, and I feel that things won't be as harsh as a lot of people are thinking they are. But I do feel like there will be some slaps on the wrist for certain individuals who seem to think that they can do certain things still in these day and ages that is not acceptable, that they wouldn't do in front of other people, things like that. There's a crackdown on that energy. And it's for the collective to move forward. It's for people to realize and understand that we all have choice, that no one is, supposed to be stuck or held to a past that was not even theirs to be stuck or held to. You got to think about ancestors and ancestry and slavery and how far all of this goes back. And none of us, I said us, ancestors, none of us ever wanted to be held back. None of us ever wanted to be stuck. None of us ever wanted to be imprisoned. None of us ever wanted to have our rights taken away. None of us ever wanted to be, in these positions that we were faced in, but that is where we have been. And so for us as a spiritual collective, tapping into our divinity, tapping into our ancestry, honoring our ancestors to be those ones that came before us, that held that torch of illumination, right? It's our job, it's our calling, and it's our duty to take that lamp and continue to hold that torch and continue to pass it on to the next ones that are coming up, so that they understand that they are not alone on their spiritual quest, that they understand that there are always, even though there's millions of dark people out here, there are always, hidden in plain sight, those beings of light that the Most High puts in spaces to help to uplift other people. And you will know it by knowing yourself. You will know you're in the presence of an angel by knowing that you are one, right? You will know that you are in the presence of angels now, because you will know that what you're going through, is meant to grow you. There are certain situations that the Most High is aligning right now for a lot of individuals to be able to tap into a deeper level of divinity and self. And I feel like it's coming because it's time. It's time, right? And again, I want to say another thing too. God can be whoever you need him to be, right? God can be whoever you want him to be. I've never seen in the flesh who God is, okay? But hold on one second. Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, when I'm done, baby. I've never seen him in the flesh. So all I can say is I call God who I call God, and that's it. Higher power, source, love, light. There is no discrimination here. So whoever you feel your higher power is, whoever you connect with, whoever the source is, whoever the light is for you, keep holding on to that. Keep believing in that. Like I said, every culture, every religion, every creed is different. So I don't want to discriminate. But I do know that God is God in every religion, in every backing. God is love, God is light, God is healing, God is justice, God is balance. And if that is the case, then we need more people out here that understand that and are ready to step into their purpose of being those bearers of truth, and taking away from ego. We all got to learn that as light workers, right? We all got to learn that as light workers. And I think that's the hardest thing to learn, is the ego part of it. Some of us are fixed signs. Like me, I'm a Leo. I'm a fixed sign. I'm a fire sign. So innately, this is who I am. That's been the hardest thing for me, because there are times when I need to not say things, right? But I always feel drawn and passionate to do so. So that's my battle. We're all different. We all got different battles, right? Some people may be, earth signs, and their battle is being too 3D minded, right? Some people are air signs, and their battle is being too in the mind. Some people are water signs, and their thing is being too emotional. So we all have different things that we are tasked to deal with. But for me, it's been ego, and it's been, really removing that from me and understanding that this isn't about me. This isn't about me at all. I'm literally a body here that the Most High is pouring in this energetic frequency to help people that are around me. And I'm literally starting to see myself as a house. And, it's funny that I say that, because when I was a child, I was a big kid. My father used to say, I'm going to be big as a house, whatever. I don't know. Yeah. So anyways, that being said, I'm just feeling this energy, 33 on the time. So yeah, I'm just feeling like, the Most High is just using me to just be neutral, to just be calm, and to just be a safe space for anyone who needs true guidance. So I am here. My personal life will never affect my business life. I got to say that as well. I know how to draw lines and put boundaries up. I have to speak on, I can't say all areas of my life, because that's not true. But I got to speak on certain things so that you guys know that this is real, that I'm not just someone who talks because I listen to readings. Like, I'm really living what I'm speaking. I've really gone through the things that I've gone through. And I say we because me, my family, my twin, all of this, we're all growing, we're all evolving, we're all healing, and we all just want the best for everyone that we care about. So at this point in time, I'm just trying to get through all these energies and make sure that the right people know what it is that they need to know. Because this is what happens with confusion and all of this magic, is that you got a lot of people that don't know what's going on. A lot of people. And so this is why Spirit will give in these moments times where I have to keep channeling and channeling and channeling, because I don't want one person to fail away. I want another person to fail away, because at the end of the day, I didn't know none of this was going on. You understand? I was confused as well. So this is why I say you guys got to give me time to sort through a lot of this. Nobody wants me to talk right now. A lot of this stuff so I can bring clarity. But at this time, I just know that the people that are in my life right now, I appreciate you. My person, I love you. That will never change. That could never change. There is no magic that will ever change that. There is no person that will ever change that. There is never a situation, circumstance that will change the love that I have for my person. That just can't happen. If I don't love my person, I don't love myself. If I am not true to my person, I am not true to myself. If I am not true to the path, I am not true to the Most High. So this is deep for me. And it's not about who the person is. It's about, I'm a twin and my soul is not complete unless I am in balance, unless I am harmonized. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, whatever I got to do to get peace within me, I know will bring peace to my situation, will bring peace to my person. Because if we are mirrors of each other, we reflect what the other is feeling. So right now I'm in a space where I'm trying to bring the balance to everyone involved, okay? So that's what's going on in my life. Like I said, there will still be things that I'm sure will come to the forefront. But right now, I just got to give this message as my spirit was guiding me to open the door for that healthy level of communication, and allow people that are in my life to know I love y'all. Those that love me, I love you. Those that support me, I support you. Um, Anyone, I can be an honest person, and anyone that I have judged harshly, okay, or wrongly in the past due to me being under heavy confusion magic, okay, voodoo, black magic, spells, all that stuff. Anyone that feels that I may have judged them harshly at the time, I need you to know I'm sorry, okay, and I mean that. But you have to understand what I have been going through, what I've been met with. And, again, like I said, as the fog clears, we will all be able to see things more clearly. We will all have a better understanding, and it will all start to make sense for us all. This is for my collective, my tribe, my group of people that have been rocking with me for the past 4 years, the people who know me, right? The people that love me, that I don't know love me, and the people that don't love me, that I know don't love me. It just goes however you want to take it. This is just my message of my life, my story, and where I am, and what I don't want to deal with anymore. I just want peace. I just want happiness. I just want to have what I have seen and what I know to be mine. And I just want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to have a peace that surpasses all understanding, because that's what I was told I was going to receive today, and it's true. You know, it's true. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I understand that we come back here for a purpose, and I understand that the people that we come back here for a purpose with, they're either meant to help us grow or they're meant to not do that. And if someone is meant to not help us grow, then it just means we're meant to move on. And it doesn't mean there has to be any hard feelings. It doesn't mean there has to be any resentment. It just means that healed people heal people. And as you are healing, you will meet a lot of people who are unhealed. And it just means that you have to continue moving forward because you have other people to heal. There are other people that need you. For every one person that you want to spend your time trying to heal that doesn't want it, there is another person that needs you in another area, in another direction. So this is what I want you guys to know. Never think you're not doing enough. Never think that your reach isn't going out there. Never think that you're not helping someone. Never think that your messages are falling on deaf ears. Just because you don't have viewers, just because you don't have subscribers, just because you don't have people that are like blowing up your email every day for readings. What I'm going to tell you is this: the real ones get the least in the beginning, right? There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. You got to grow and learn your potential. You got to know that you are better than your worst day. And you got to know that that's good enough. You got to know that those thoughts that you have when you feel like you're not doing enough, I've had those too. And you got to know that that will pass. You can't save everyone. All you're called to do is be in those spaces where the people are going to receive you, and they're out there. So continue to give those messages as you would want them to be given to you. That's how I hear it all the time. Continue to give those messages to the collective out there that you feel like you would want to receive, that resonate with where you are and where you are going, and where the Most High told you that the collective was to go. You understand? We're not focusing on a person anymore in our readings. You know, there was a lot of the high priestesses that were going through things in the past had to do and focus on certain areas and put them out there so that they're, because you see how God will like exalt you? If you're supposed to be this person, right? God will use the people around you to exalt you, to use you, to show you. Um, just like I just explained it. Okay, I just lost my thought, but you'll understand that. That's pretty much what I got. God will use people around you to exalt you, right? And you guys got to understand what that means. There are people who are in positions to lift you up, and you guys just got to know it. You got to know it. You got to trust that there are literally people that are out here that are here to help. Not everyone wants to hurt you. And you just got to believe that, right? But the biggest thing for me, like when it came to like my person and all this, because I always love my person, right? But the biggest thing for me was people throwing, magic in my connection, trying to make me think that my person was something other than he wasn't. So I would be something toward him that I wasn't. That was the biggest thing for me. But my biggest thing is you've always loved this person. You've always known this. And so what is the issue now? Why is it changing, right? Why does it change? And it's the core of it has never changed, but all of the energy surrounding making it so difficult has changed the love from growing. Not that it has, because it still grows. It's so weird. But maybe I'll say it stifled it. It slowed it down, right? But at the end of the day, I still love my person. And with all of this, I feel like I love him even more because the Most High keeps showing me by way of my person that I'm not crazy. You understand? And this is the reason why twins have twins, because they're meant to be mirrors. The world says this, but your twin shows you God's real. You see, like a lot of you guys got to understand there's a bigger purpose for, who is in your life right now. And you got to appreciate them. You got to love them, and you got to be grateful for them, because God sends hidden helpers. And these hidden helpers are here to really help you see and help you come closer to the fact that you are not just nobody. You are not out here by yourself. You are not someone that the Most High would ever even think about leaving out. If that's the case, why do you have all of the beautiful things that you do, is what I'm hearing. You guys got to understand that things could always be worse, right? They could always be better, but they could always be worse. And so what I'm getting from this message right now for whoever I'm channeling is just practice the attitude of gratitude, because as you do that, we got a full moon coming, more will come in, okay? More is coming in. I keep hearing abundance, 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 and this can be in any area of your life. Some of y'all, it's going to be all of them, because every area of your life was affected by whatever it was that you went through. And so the divine is going to come in and bless you, okay? That's all I know. With this new moon, I keep saying new moon. Something happened on the new moon. We already know that. I already know that. I'm done. But with this full moon that we have tomorrow, I want you guys to just set the intention for clarity, healing on a soul level of this lifetime and past lifetimes. Things that you could see, things that you couldn't see. And I want you guys to get a piece of paper, right? And I want you guys to create a burn list. And on this burn list, I want you to write down everything that you want to release from your energetic space. And I want you to fold the paper, okay? You're not going to fold it towards you. You're going to fold it away from you 3 times. 4314. You're going to write down what you want to burn off of you, what you want to release, what you want to be done. You're going to fold that paper 3 times away from you, and you're going to burn it under the full moon. As you do that, you're releasing. We know as we fold toward us, right? That's what we're bringing in. So you guys are releasing. So you fold 3 times away from you. That's the Trinity, right? The divine. You send it up, okay? Now, after you do that, guys, I want you guys to do the opposite. I want you to write a manifestation list after you've released all negative energy, because we now know we can't manifest from a negative space, right? So we're going to clear all that negative energy. Now I want you to get a piece of paper and manifest for your good. Spirit, this is what I want. 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 You're going to fold it 3 times towards you, and I want you to go outside, and I want you to burn that, okay? That's your manifestation for this full moon in Capricorn. And when I say Capricorn, I'm talking about 3D things we can touch. So you guys really need to get to that purging, that clearing, and that cleansing. Tap into those emotions. Know that we need all things working in tandem to work, to manifest, right? We need the mind, the mental. We got to be sure and clear about what we want. We need the emotions. We got to know inside our heart's desire what we want, not our 3D vessel, not our ego, our hearts, right? We got to know, we said mental, we said our heart, right? We need our earth energy, which is Capricorn, the moon that we're in. And then we need the fire, the passion, the desire behind that to drive it. So what you guys need to know is, here we go, all those energies. These are 44, 44. I'm telling you something to help you manifest tomorrow with this full moon. You got to clear your energy, clear it out, and begin to come from a space of love, come from your passions, and write down on that paper what you want. You know, writing is a form of manifestation as well, too, right? Because you got to see it to believe it, right? Once you write it down, it's out there. Your energy has been put out. So write down what you want for your highest good. Expect, be optimistic, know that it will come. For anybody who is needing any type of protection rituals or any type of, soul work, soul spirit work done, you can book me, PM, see the email, you see the Facebook. You guys can look on my Facebook and see all my services, what I offer. I do a lot. Again, I also have some a tarot deck that I'm putting out for Divine Feminines. I got a couple more that I'm working on, but there's definitely a tarot deck for Divine Feminines on there. It's about $40. That's pretty good, okay? And it's definitely very informative. It's definitely very informative. You guys need to have that. If you guys are healing in that process of ascending, getting certain keys, jewels, and gems, that'll be perfect for you. 45, 45, that's 99, that's 18, that's the moon card. We talking, all right? So that was what I had for y'all. I love y'all. I'll be back later. I just saw 45, 54. Have a good one.